Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are going to be doing what's known as the NBA Bitcoin draft. So as we all know, recently Spencer Dinwiddie kind of came out to say that he is going to be starting like a GoFundMe account, and if he's able to raise $24 million, he is going to let fan bases select which team he will sign with next. It sounds absolutely crazy, but at the same time, it makes you wonder, what if this actually became a thing? Like, how exactly would the NBA prevent this from happening? So, what we'll be doing is an NBA Bitcoin draft. So, what we have here is a list of the 30, in order, by the way, most loyal NBA franchises. And you might be looking at this, be like, yo, Crispy, the 76ers at 28, this is absolutely nuts. There's no real way to determine which NBA fan bases are the most loyal or what is the favorite NBA teams of all time. So how this was actually constructed is this is based off the attendance of the last 20 NBA seasons, guys, based off of actual attendance and the expected attendance and all that stuff out there. So, it's not really anything, it's not me ranking it or anything like that. It's just based off actual statistical facts about NBA fans showing up to games. So essentially you would think that those are the teams, those are the fan bases that would shell out the most Bitcoin or finances to sign their favorite players. So we had to use a little bit of our imagination with this, but it's going to be a type of draft where the most loyal team gets the first pick every single round, because essentially we'll assume all these guys have 1-year contracts, and it's like the NBA would kind of have like a draft type of thing. I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But yes, according to the statistics, the most loyal NBA franchise of the past 20 seasons, if you guys can guess it, is actually going to be the New York Knicks, guys. Followed by the Chicago Bulls, Dallas Mavericks, Spurs, Los Angeles Lakers, OKC Thunder. I'll go through this real quickly here so you guys can see where your team is going to pick. So yes, basically it's going to be round by round. And, once you select a player, let's say you bid for these Bitcoin draft tickets or chips or whatever, and it's like you get to use that via round. So we'll assume that all these fan bases would, round up the most money to get these draft chips. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Basically, it's going to be a draft, all 30 teams in this order, and the Hawks are going to get the last pick every single time, because statistically, they are the least loyal fan base out there. So, of course, I got to rock my Detroit Pistons. We were popular early on, but we fell off over the past decade or so, as opposed to the 76ers popular with Allen Iverson. After that, fell off for like a decade, and then, of course, they're popular now, which ultimately, rounded out to give them that ranking right there. So, here we go, guys. I already have the Detroit Pistons selected, and the Knicks have the first pick in the draft when they take Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, that's probably like 200 billion Bitcoins for him. Luka Doncic, James Harden, Kevin Durant going to the Spurs, Lakers with Anthony Davis, OKC Thunder with LeBron James. I'm probably actually going to do most of this draft off camera. I'm going to show you guys the final results and everything, but of course I will show you guys probably the first 2 rounds here. We'll do the first 2 rounds, and yeah, just imagining all these NBA fan bases collectively getting funds together to draft these players. It's crazy. Like, it would literally bankrupt the entire nation. Oh, wait. We're already there, man. We're already there. So, Zion with the 17th pick, going to the Pelicans. Hey, that's some loyalty right there, man. That's some loyalty to the players right there. Cavaliers, Russell Westbrook. And the good thing about doing it this way, in which, you bid on your draft chip, is that, it's just it's not the Knicks getting the top 15 players in the entire NBA. So I thought this was a good way to do it, guys. All right, man, my Detroit Pistons. So we got some players available out here. Who am I willing to give up the bitch-ass chip to? Little crowdfunding out there. I like Jimmy Butler. To me, Jimmy Butler is a bad boy. He's a bad boy. Welcome to the team. Okay, so we got De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, Jimmy Butler, DeAndre Ayton to the Pacers, John Morant to the 76ers. That might have been a better fit, but we're only doing one season of this, because we're going to assume that every single year, you're going to have these players get bid on again to switch teams. I don't know, man. That's it's crazy to think about. It's really crazy to think about. Then, of course, how would that affect the NBA draft and all that stuff out there? We got Levine to the Jets. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit right here. You guys can slow it down if you want to. But, yeah, it just goes to show, the Bucks already, I'm sorry, not the Bucks. The Knicks, they already have Giannis and Bam Adebayo now, because they're the most loyal franchise, and they would shell out the most cash to get those guys. All right, we got the Detroit Pistons up next again. So we already got Jimmy Butler. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about, you know what? Jimmy Butler and John Wall. If John Wall can return to All-Star form, I'd be good with that. But, all right, let's see let's see what the Knicks take with their third pick. They go with Buddy Hield, Kyle Lowry to the Bulls. I'm going to go ahead and simulate the rest of this, and I'll show you guys the final rosters. Okay, so the NBA Bitcoin, I almost said Fitcoin, man. Bitcoin draft is over with. These are what the teams are looking like. We'll do, you guys will see the top 5 for each team out there. So, of course, the 76ers, not a bad team right there, but, of course, their real-life team is a lot better. Milwaukee Bucks, you got De'Aaron Fox with Jonathan Isaac, Dante DiVincenzo, Luka, Rudy, and Kyle Lowry. Really solid for Chicago Bulls. I actually think they were like the second or third most loyal fan base out there. So, you know, they're rewarded with really solid players all around. Cavaliers, you got Russell Westbrook, Victor Oladipo, Nurkic, Bobby Portis. They actually didn't really build a bad team, all things considered. I think they're like middle of the pack. Boston Celtics, of course, a really popular team. Got Joel Embiid, CJ McCollum, Kevin Love, Demonte Graham, and Daniel Tice. Clippers, you got Trey, Sabonis, Kelly Oubre. Memphis Grizzlies, John Collins, Mitchell Robinson, and DeJounte Murray, Devin Booker, LaMarcus, and Terrence Davis to the Hawks, and they were the last one. So, yeah, I mean, outside of this, it's not a lot going on. I guess you got Terrence Davis. He's kind of cool. Miami, you got Paul George, Kemba Walker, Gordon Hayward. Charlotte Hornets with Ingram, Bagley, and Luke Kennard. Kawhi Leonard, Zach LaVine, Larry Mark on Utah Jazz. Really nice team. I like that team a lot. Sacramento Kings with Karl-Anthony Towns, Tobias Harris, and Julius Randle. And then you got the Knicks. This was the #1 loyal team. They got Giannis, Bam, Eric Bledsoe, Buddy Hield, Jordan Clarkson, Carmelo Anthony, Rondo, Kenneth Faried. Yeah, this team is going to be deadly. I'm thinking they're probably going to win the whole thing. Unless, you know, like the second or third or fourth ranked team, you know, did just as good. Los Angeles Lakers, that's actually kind of a god squad. Looks like Dinwiddie took his talents to the Lakers, which is funny because a lot of people think that's actually the team that would end up getting him. For the Magic, you got Kyrie, Hassan, Blake Griffin, Dallas Mavericks with James Harden, Chris Middleton, Brogdon, Brooklyn Nets looking really crispy out there. Denver Nuggets, Pascal Siakam, D'Lo, Steven Adams, Pacers, Pelicans. I mean, that's a big-ass team, man. Detroit Pistons is my team right here. I actually let the computer do most of the draft just because I thought that would be like most realistic since everybody was being CPU, you know, drafted. And ultimately speaking, you know what, man? It's better than our real life team. This might actually help some NBA teams out. Now, am I going to go watch Jimmy Butler and John Wall and Al Horford? I mean, you know, if the ticket price is right and John Wall's like in his prime again, sure, why not, man? Steph Curry and DeRozan to the Toronto Raptors. Houston Rockets, Clay, D. Rose, Jarrett Allen. The Spurs with KD, Jalen, and Vucevic, and Lonzo Ball. I like that team a lot. Phoenix Suns, not bad at all. OKC Thunder, LeBron James, Shea, and Clark. So they got Shea back on the team. Timberwolves, Bradley Beal, Valanciunas, Michael Porter. Jokic, Jaren, and Fred VanVleet on the Trailblazers. Golden State Warriors, Tatum, Montrez, and OG. And the Washington Wizards with Ben Simmons, Colin Sexton, and Wendell Carter. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Do you like how your team turned out? Are you pissed off about where you are ranked in the loyalty, you know, fan base? I know a lot of people, like I said, are going to be basing it off of just today. It's over the past 20 seasons, guys, and all averaged out and everything. Okay, I did not do the math either. Don't think I did that math. I don't got time for that shit, bro. I got videos to make, right? Alrighty, so the team we are going to follow for this, I mean, I guess we have to do the Detroit Pistons because that's the one I got selected right here. So I'll try to build them up the best I can. John Wall, okay? It's not like a fun team. It's not a fun team to watch. Don't get me wrong, man. It's not a fun team. But, yeah, we are going to go ahead and simulate this NBA season based off this Bitcoin draft. I'm predicting the Knicks, you know, are probably going to get first place, although I like that Lakers team a lot too, so I think those are going to be the two teams in the Eastern and Western Conference NBA Finals. Okay, so the final record for my Detroit Pistons, 43-38. I mean, I guess I'll take it. One more game against probably the super team Knicks, who are 55-25. So it did kind of like level out the entire league. One more game against them. Yup, and we finished actually with a W on the season. So we got Luka Doncic as the MVP on the Chicago Bulls. Looks good in that jersey, bro. Zion, Rookie of the Year. Javonte Graham as sixth man on the Celtics. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player on the Jazz. Luka, Most Improved. And Kenny Atkinson as Coach of the Year. So All-NBA first, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third looking like that. Here's the all-defensive teams. And, yeah, let's check out these standings on the season. So we got the Lakers finishing first, Sacramento Kings, Houston, Spurs, Dallas, Portland, Phoenix, and New Orleans. Then we got the Knicks, Washington Wizards, Miami, Orlando, Brooklyn, Detroit, Chicago, and the Boston Celtics, man. So, you know, not trying to be, like, biased or anything, but I'm actually surprised the Pistons got the 6th spot. I really am, just because they were, like, one of the last picked teams in the entire NBA. So, let's go to the player stats on the season. I'll scroll through this very quickly so you can see how your favorite team did if you do want to go ahead and pause on this, man. But, you know, let me know in the comment section below. Do you, like, are you taking what Bradley Beal's, no, I don't know why I said Bradley Beal. No, Dinwiddie. Are you taking what Spencer Dinwiddie says seriously? Or do you think it's just, like, a ploy during the quarantine to maybe raise some money from charity? Just because, like I said, I can't really imagine a way to enforce it. You know, because the fans would raise the money, and then the team would just sign them to a minimum contract. And then again, you also got to consider, you know, like, what if, like, an NBA owner just goes out and just donates all the money? You know, a guy just, you know, these guys are billionaires, man. Let's say go in their pockets, like, yo, $24 million per season for Dinwiddie. Let's get him on the team. He'll sign for the minimum. What's to, like, stop that from happening? I guess that sounds like it would be tampering, but once again, like, you can't just stop the player from signing, or maybe you can, I don't know, man. But here we go, guys. So we got the first round of the playoffs. I still think it's going to be the Knicks against the Lakers. I guess we'll go to the standings real quick here too, so you guys can see, you know, how all the teams did, you know, versus one another. So the Charlotte Hornets, as the worst record in the NBA, will tie for the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that actually picked pretty well out here. Clippers 31-51. I think they were actually a middle of the road team too. So, you know, just because you draft a player, you put together a collective group of guys doesn't guarantee success. Although for the Lakers and Knicks and yeah, pretty much it did. And the Bulls, second seed. So simulate round right here. See how this goes. And there we go. So we got the Bulls, Pistons. Pistons got best. The Nets. Miami. Wow, the Knicks actually lost. The Knicks actually lost. I say that surprisingly. I feel bad for your guys' franchise, man. You get damn Giannis in a video, and they still end up losing. Like, you guys have been so loyal to your fan base, or to your team. You've been so loyal, and you're still losing the freaking first round. My Lakers are gone too. Wow. Okay, I was just wrong. I guess I was just wrong. Phoenix is gone. And then, like I said, so are the Nets. So are the Nets, guys. My life. Okay, next up, simulate round here. I guess loyalty don't mean a damn thing. It's all about the talent you can bring to your squad, right? And how you play out there. Pistons are gone. So we do have the Washington Wizards as the 8th seed getting to the finals. Then we got a 7th seed and a 5th seed. Loyalty don't mean a damn thing, right? I guess that's probably the message of the story. The message of the story. Sure, why not? So we got the Bulls and Spurs. So we got the 5th seed and the 2nd seed. Okay, the Bulls actually don't surprise me. Lowry, Luka, Lou. Saw Rudy Gobert, of course. They were like 3rd ranked or something loyalty-wise. And then the Spurs were definitely up there too. Going back to the big 3 days, of course. So here we go. NBA Finals. Simulate round. And the most loyal NBA franchise, well, it's the Knicks, but the Bulls were like number 2, so that's appropriate that they won this video. I'm happy about that. I know that fan base goes very deep. It seems like 95% of NBA YouTubers are Bulls fans. Like Kenny, Nick the Bulls fan, Mike Korzemba, probably a lot of other guys I'm not thinking of. All Bulls fans. Piston fans don't run very deep, but there's a few of us out there, man. But, you know, it's very few and far between. But, yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, I apologize. This video made no sense, but it did in my mind. It's the best way I could do it. If you guys do think of a better way, let me know in the comment section below. Another way I was thinking of doing it, if somebody actually wants to make this roster, I could, based off rating, fill out every team's roster. So, like, the Knicks, since they're the most loyal, you would think they would bid for the highest players. So they would get a roster full of the top, like, 15 players in the NBA. Number 2 would be, I think it was the Mavericks, maybe. So they would get the next 15 players and so on until you get to the final team in the NBA. If that's something you guys want to see, if somebody wants to make that roster, guys, go for it, man. You know, I guess you could do it based off of the teams on here. So if you do that on PlayStation 4 or Google Stadia, which is what I'm currently using, be sure to message that to me on Twitter at CrispyFlakes2K, man. But thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.